I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with streaming, so I'm just getting this thing rolling early. We're just gonna let it roll today. But I am gonna turn the sound off. It's just gonna be chilling for a bit. I'm waiting for Mike to get here and then our guest. Don't tell Mike I sat in his chair. He will not be happy. Check. So then that means Mike's gonna need some kind of a little table. Just getting set up. There we go. What's going on, YouTube? Okay. This thing is kind of delayed. So, like, right now I'm already going live, but in real time on YouTube, you're seeing, like, I don't know, it seems like a 30-second delay or so. Maybe more. About 30 seconds, probably. There we go. See? What's going on, YouTube? Okay. You can hear me breathe. This thing is kind of delayed. So, like, right now I'm already going live, but in real time on YouTube, you're seeing, like, I don't know, it seems like a 30-second delay or so. Wow. Okay, cool. So if you want to join, I'm gonna try my best to like watch the comments, but I'm being better when we record the show about like not being on my phone as much. You see, I got rid of the computer this week. I'm usually like really scripted. I have a whole bunch of bullet points, and this time our buddy's coming by, and we're just gonna fucking hang out. That's what the core of this show has always been, I think. YouTube's getting a little more traction. That's good. We're a tiny little podcast. But that's not bad. 46,000 views in the last 28 days. Lots of different comments, too. It's hard keeping up with all the comments on YouTube. What is this guy saying? I try to keep up, and sometimes I respond. Sometimes if somebody pisses me off, I respond, which you're not supposed to do. But I read a lot of shit. We're still small enough that I can keep up with comments. Sometimes it gets out of control. We had that one video on TikTok with like 3.5 million views. I could not fucking, there's no way you can read all those comments. I gave up. Okay, so kids in Norway use it when they build snow caves and fortresses, etc. If they want to freeze and make their snow creations stay up for longer, they go inside and bring out a bucket with hot water. This is then applied all over using bare hands. We made a long-lasting snowman with the kids this way last winter. I'm a kindergarten teacher. Okay, what fucking video is this? Oh, the Bemba effect. We talked about that. Okay. Hot water freezes faster than cold water. It's the Bemba effect that happens sometimes. People don't understand why. Okay. How do I get to where I can like see live comments and stuff? That would be great. Wait, what app is this? That's YouTube Studio. Wow, it's super delayed. That's crazy. That's got to be more than 30 seconds. So it's just showing just a couple of you out there right now. 8 o'clock's usually the official start time. Sometimes we're tardy. Sometimes we're a little bit early. But 8-ish on Friday nights most of the time. If not, the alternative slot is we sometimes do 10 a.m.s on Saturdays. But we're going to try and keep this on YouTube. Last week something went wrong, and I thought it was live streaming the whole time, but it wasn't. I don't think I set the broadcast up properly in OBS. But I think I'll leave these videos up, so this will be the live stream. It's going to be an extended version in the beginning if you don't just can fast forward through it. But I've had some listeners ask about getting the video during the weekend because we always release it by Monday. So this is always the most immediate way because as soon as we record, we're recording it live, and then it stays on the channel. So I think we're starting to get just a little bit of traction on YouTube, so I think we're going to really commit and try and build some YouTube following. And I think it's still the sturdiest video platform for social media. But I'll try and read the comments too if there are any. If you got anything you wanna say, oh, is that bet 10 minutes away? Avery's 10 minutes away. Cool. Tonight's guest, by the way, is Avery Jacob. It's like his third time on the show. We go way back. He's a fellow musician. Eventually, he's a lot younger than me, but he eventually became a teacher like me too, which is really fucking cool. So I'm excited. We haven't had a guest in a while. We've been kind of toning down the amount of guests just because I got to remember I'm here, I live here with my five family, what the hell? My 4 other family members. There's 5 of us living here in the house, and I got to take that into consideration. We were having lots of cool guests, and Mike is always really good at vetting guests, always has been. But I think my fam was just feeling kind of like, yeah, it's hard having all these random people. And I started thinking about it too, and I was like, damn, we've been doing this for like 11 years. And I was like, over the years, how many people have I given my address to, you know? Sweet. All right, so I don't know if there's. How do I see that public chat? Yeah. Okay. So I guess I have to watch the chat on YouTube. That's weird. I wonder if I should. I should share this, right? Is there a way to share this? Hmm. Okay, so it looks like there's two of you still chilling. There was six earlier. If you were on here, and you probably I would have dropped off too, bro. The show doesn't really start for a while. I just can't figure out how to. I want to get a shareable link. If you're watching right now, and you can help an old fucking guy out, and you know how to share. I know how to share YouTube videos. I do it all the time, but I'm trying to share the stream so people can jump on. Wonder if I just go to our page, maybe, or what if I? Yeah, let's do this. Let's go here. Let's go here. This account. Oh, dude, somebody commented on one of our videos. It's for glow in the dark watches. That was that shit that those nurses they were all dying back in the day because they were using it to paint watches, I think, or something like that. And then they encouraged the women to like lick the paintbrushes to bring them to a fine point. And the women were dying from it. What was that stuff called though? I forgot what it was. It's that green shit. It's for glow in the dark. Oh, radium. That's what it was. It's for glow in the dark watches. Nice. Shout out Barry 2084. Okay. Okay, wait, hold on. Close out of this. Live. Here we go. 287. Here we go. Moderation helps everyone feel safe. To build a positive live chat experience for you and your viewers, choose who can participate. Set a delay between messages. This sounds like fucking censorship, is what it sounds like. Nah, people can say whatever they want. I don't give a shit. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and switch this off. The fellas should be here in a few minutes. We'll be rolling probably right around 8 o'clock. so now they can hear us.
Oh yeah.
All right. Check you. Headphones sound okay. Headphones
1, 2.
sound okay.
Yo. I can't hear myself.
For reals?
No, I can actually.
Okay, I
Bit.
was like, hello.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Check that on the side and make sure that cable's pushed in all the way.
It's right here.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah.
Is it better?
Yeah, I can hear myself. Yeah, I'm good now.
Huh. It should be real loud.
It's not. That's the strange. Okay, now it's louder. Maybe I'm tripping.
I wonder if there's
Don't
maybe I should not blow this vape in your face.
Yeah.
maybe I'm tripping balls right now. I can't say it's not super loud, but I can't hear myself.
How is your hearing, by the way?
It's
being
not
a
great.
musician? Yeah. Music
not
and
great.
maybe military too?
Music and military for sure.
Yeah.
And it could be better if I got the little earbud thing.
Oh, yeah.
I could invest in those. I can hear myself pretty fine.
You say invest, you gotta like pay out of pocket for that kind
Yeah,
of shit?
yeah. Hell yeah, I gotta pay out of pocket for that. That's
irritating.
a lot of money. And then every time I want to, like, there's something I need to buy, I usually end up buying clothes.
Mm.
That's what happens. Secret.
All right. You ready to do this, Pierce?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
The Mike and Tony Show is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised. Need to get a mic that takes up that whole wall, Pierce.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Hey
a
everybody,
monitor.
this is Mitch Jones.
This is Luke Sisnuff. This is Pro Strongman Stan Carradine.
Hi, this is Dave Freshman.
This is Daylina Tennant.
Hey guys, this is Mark the Couch Guy.
Yeah, you fuck with your boy Antoine Sachs, Puff Beer representative.
Thanks for listening to The Mike and Tony Show.
And just remember, we are not doctors.
No, we are not doctors, Pierce. We're regular ass dudes. It's Friday night. It's middle
Feeling
of summer.
all right?
I'm enjoying my last little dying breath of summer.
Yeah.
Of being on break.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Yeah, it sure
It's
is.
so hard to say goodbye.
To yesterday.
Isn't it true though? Like back in the day, like we're all like fucking young kids, like not even teenagers, and here we are thinking we're having life struggles, like singing "Boys to Men," like to the end of the road.
Oh God, that song brings back such memories, though. You know what I mean? That transports me
Yeah.
to a time when suddenly I saw women in a different way.
A
You
lot of
know?
first dances.
Yeah. It is episode 287, none other than the one and only Avery Jacob.
What?
I've actually lost track. I think this is four or five times.
4 or 5.
One of them was remote. You were in Texas at one point.
I think a couple of them were remote.
Yeah, a
actually.
couple. Yeah, there's
No,
like
wait,
during
no,
COVID.
no.
One
There
was
a couple-
COVID.
there-
Yeah.
One was COVID.
Yeah.
Another one was remote. Did another one here. Did one in person a long time ago when I was Stonewall Boulevard.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we've been.
And I
been-
think after that, the band after Stonewall too.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So what has been good? First of all, I was curious about the Texas thing. How long were you there for?
I was in Texas for a little over a year,
Yeah,
like
let's
just
say,
just over a year probably.
And what part? Where were you at?
We were in Dallas.
Dallas.
Right outside of
Oh,
Dallas.
okay.
We were in Garland, Texas.
Gotcha. I know everybody's flocking to Texas right now, but it's to Austin, right? Or not Austin. Is it Austin?
Yeah.
I think
Is that the
Austin.
comedy scene
Yeah.
and all that?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Well, just
Texas.
because it's college town, a little bit more
Mm.
liberal, I guess, to say the least.
Yeah, we's
out of
free in Texas.
Yeah.
I'm moving today.
Through the last free.
Do you ever miss it? You want to go back to Texas? You ever feel the?
He said, "Nah."
Nah, man. I mean, I miss the parts of Texas I miss is definitely kicking it with my boy Twan Sachs all the time.
Who you heard at the top of the show
Yeah,
there?
I heard him. That was
Puff,
funny.
puff, bear.
Great nostalgia. Yeah, so I missed that part of Texas. But Texas was like I enjoy Texas. I think that you have to when you move someplace, there just has to be an ecosystem that you're like tapped into.
Yeah.
And we just really didn't have that at that time. But it was also COVID. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then the work, man, the job force. Like, it's interesting. Like, I found myself doing mostly labor, mostly like moving furniture.
Okay.
And then the competition there was just in that, you know, you go and you move this piece of furniture in one place, and some guy's like, hey, you know, I'll pay you more to move furniture here. And it's like, it's tough. It was
How
tough.
much more?
The furniture market.
I was deeply vested.
That sounds
Yeah.
rough.
I was in there. It was really hard, man.
Yeah, dude.
I thought I was really tough for a minute until I had to move.
You
the couch.
are. This guy's a military guy. He's
Yeah,
fucking
man. I mean, I would show up.
jacked.
I would show up in my like military, you know what I'm saying, cutoffs. I had my cutoffs.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna. I'd be happy. Somebody showed up to move my shit.
Military cutoffs.
Militaried out. You
I
know,
was like, I had my
cutoffs ready to.
gloves,
This
thought I
dude's
was
ready to
really tough.
work.
Nah, man.
Well,
listen.
that was our friend Fran. He was before he got his job, he was kind of like in between places, and so he was taking jobs too, like moving jobs and stuff like that. And so Fran, whose real name is Jose, he was Mr. Olympia, not Mr. Olympia, Mr. Universe. He was a bodybuilder, right? So you would think he would be able to like pick things up, move things around. He goes, "No, bro." He goes, "These little El Salvador kids." He goes like 2 straps. He's like fucking put a dryer on their back and just, he's like up the place. He's like, you know, refrigerator. You know, one person just going, and he's like they amaze you, dude.
Yeah. Well, it's true. That's always the thing. You know what I mean? Like I've never seen like somebody who was a full-time carpenter who didn't have hella strong forearms and hands.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's like when you do jobs like that, you get. I mean, when you
it's a different strong.
We've all you lift. You definitely lift weights. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we all lift weights, but it's a real weird thing when you think about it.
It's a different
right?
strong.
You're like only in modern day do we like go to a place so that we can put in some exercise and put some strain on our bodies to make it stronger, as opposed to
Back in the day, it was everyday living.
Dude, the most jacked I ever was in my whole life
Did landscaping, right?
was just doing landscaping. I wasn't even going to the gym. I was failing at going to the gym every day. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go today, and then be too tired.
Yeah, it's like that, man. It's funny because like I remember right after that when I moved back here and I was working for my friend's company cleaning the airport, like just a few restaurants in the airport, and like just that motion alone felt like workout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just cleaning and cleaning above head and all this other stuff. Like that was
like Mr. Miyagi shit.
yeah, bro. It really is that. And it shows you there's such thing as show muscles, man. There's some people that like
Yeah.
just have show muscles, dog, and it is just for show.
Oh yeah.
And then they have like farm strength, right? You've heard that term.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
People out there just fucking lifting heavy shit.
Big old belly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Big
dude, look at
arms.
those strongman competitions. They all got guts, dude.
Yeah, but they all got like friggin' ridiculous arms and legs, and they're just ridiculous.
They're super strong.
They don't
Yeah.
be baling hay though. They can't bale no hay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, have I ever told you
It's
about
like, is this hay 5,000 pounds? No, then I can't do it.
Can't bale no hay, dog.
Bro, that was one of the worst days of my whole life was baling hay. I did that.
Baled hay before.
I picked up, it was a temporary job. So I was working just like whatever, like picking up, it was Craigslist or something
Yeah.
like that in California. And one day it was baling hay. Actually, it was already baled, but we were loading it onto the truck and then stocking it up in the, oh my God. That was the day I learned that I was deathly allergic to it. Because, bro, I busted ass all day, fucking sunburned off my ass, just absolutely miserable. By the day, I couldn't even breathe. Like I was like, by the end of the day, eyes were puffed up. I was red. I had fucking rashes everywhere.
When you say stuff like that, you know what cracks me up? It's like, like that's like a regular ass person's job, but only white people can make it like a camp, because they have like hay camp.
I believe it.
I did not know.
My ex-father-in-law used to do hay camp
Checks out.
all the time. They'd go up to the mountains and they'd be like, it'd be like city slickers kind of a style.
Okay.
Right, where they like ride horses and then they help out on the farm and then they just bale hay and strap it up and get it ready. I'm like, and wait, you pay for that? You're paying to do their work for it? Okay,
Something's gone
that's-
weird here.
Okay, but yeah, it's hay camp. They just go up there with the trailers and hang out. And
It's actually really hard. Like it's super hard work, and they're way heavier than you think, and picking them up and off the truck all day. And I think that part I kind of liked. when I was young. You know what I mean? Not anymore. I wouldn't do that shit. But the allergies fucked it up so bad, bro. So bad.
Again, white people problems.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
That's what we said. I remember what we told you. I was like, brown people, we couldn't have that stuff working in the fields. Like, like you have allergies? What?
Those guys didn't make it, man. They didn't make it.
Gas allergies.
Oh man, so I'm just glad that you're here again. It's been a long time since we've seen you. How you're very busy all the time. You're
All
always
the
a
time.
busy dude, and it was really cool before the last time you came. I'd kind of, I hadn't realized how far into education you got, and then we crossed paths because my son ended up going to your school, and realizing how much in education and music you are. So I just kind of want to get updates, like how's the education world going? How's the music going?
It's going well. You know, like in education, I'm the dean of culture now at Legacy.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, no, it's a really dope title. My resume is stacked now.
Yeah,
so good.
I love
And
that.
I think because I'm the dean of culture, I get an opportunity to just kind of like show up anywhere, like with a very cultural look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Cultural look.
Dean
Yeah.
of culture, man. It could be mad ethnic.
Can you imagine
everywhere.
if I walked in as the dean of culture over there? People would be very worried. I can walk in with my ankle socks and shorts.
This is Marty McFly vest.
I know. I don't have my vest
You don't
on
have your
today.
vest on today.
I can see it, man. I can see you could do it. You could do it, man. I think once you, I mean, I'm still professional, of course, right? Like I
Yeah.
just don't conform to, like Western, you know what I'm saying, like looks.
Yeah.
I think that like a part of me had always kind of like strived for that, and now that think at the age I'm at, I'm able to lean into that more, and I'm able to justify it more. So like whenever I go to like a really professional place, like a conference or something like that, and I'm just kind of showing up, representing in the way that I do, I feel like I could talk about culture as like a thing. Culture starts with us, and you know what I mean, like what we're, I'm trying to educate at the end of the day and inform and let people know that there are other standards of living, and you just have to kind of choose yours. You know what I mean? But once you've chosen yours and you come into a community, now you have another role to do. You know what I mean? Like, and your role is to serve that community in whatever capacity.
Yeah.
So I just kind of like showcase how you can do that in a way that's like authentic and not like, I have a very like firm stance against like the keep it real stuff like that. I tell people like, nah, man, I keep it really fake sometimes, because there are sometimes like where I want to like cuss somebody out or do whatever, and I can't do that.
You can't,
I don't have the luxury of doing that. So like, as the dean of culture, I kind of like, I like to live and lead by example and show that, you can be true to yourself, but you can also be professional. You can be composed. You can be all of these things. You know what I mean? Like this isn't, you know what I mean? You can't show up in pajamas now. You know what I mean? I can't do
The
that.
kids do, though.
Yeah.
The kids do every day. Every day.
Damn, dude.
Every
Well,
day.
we always have pajama day, and it's always uncomfortable for me. I can't do it. I've tried it like twice in all the years I've taught. It just feels weird wearing pajamas, because there's something about, like, I know I dress the way, and we make fun of how I dress, but like, this is how I'm confident, man. This is how I, feel comfortable. But I was telling you before the show that he's like the most best dressed, definitely the best dressed guest we've ever had.
That's
by
very
far.
kind. I don't believe you.
Well, it's true, though. Huh? You said you
I
don't?
don't believe you.
Why don't you believe me?
Because I feel like there are other people that are dressed. Everybody's like dressed in their own way, dressing to the nines.
There's something about not being completely authentic and being unafraid to do what is truly you, no matter how it contrasts with what's going on in the world.
Now, that
And
is
I think
true.
that has a lot of weight for me
Yeah,
when
that
it
is
comes
true.
to.
I've seen a lot of people, whenever I'm out and about, that say something to the effect of like, "Man, I wish I could dress like that if I had the confidence." And it's like, well, I mean, and I never know what to say. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Well,
it's like,
If you should have been like, if you dress like this,
yeah,
then you would have the confidence.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
Mike's always said: look good, feel good, right?
Look good, feel good.
it is. It's important.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
important.
curious, where do you get your fucking get-ups at? Do you have go-tos, or is it just random?
Yeah, I kind of go all around, man. Right now, like I'm wearing something from a shop called East Essence, so I like This is typically how they dress, out in the East, and not on the east side, but like the eastern part of the world.
Yeah.
East side.
Important to draw the distinction.
East Coast.
Out in
You
Lakewood.
know what I'm saying? Go to the east side, and you're not gonna see many people dressed like that, unless they go to masjid or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I see one. But yeah, just different places, man. Wherever sells the fashion, and wherever I can find it, and be like wearing it in a way that still feels true to me. You know what I'm saying? Like if it looks like it still feels true to what I'm trying to like put out into the world, you know what I mean, then I'm good with it. Because there's also some that's like very like super Saudi, right? Like I can, if I showed up tomorrow and I'm like in all white and I've got like a red keffiyeh on, then like it's not to say that I'm not being true to myself, but that is not necessarily
The vibe you're looking for.
Yeah, it's not what I'm going for. So it's thinking about how you want to look.
Were you always like this? Were you always like that, like in high school and stuff like that?
Nah.
Like, or like, how did you dress? I guess I'm curious.
I remember one specific instance when I thought you were looking dope was when we were at Jordan Yui's show at Goosetown.
Okay.
And then he was playing like across the street or something like that, and when we had seen you there.
Oh, that's right.
And he was like, he had the military jacket on, the jeans, and like
that's right.
all that stuff, and was like dressed, it had that that hip hop look.
I think I do remember that.
Yeah,
I do
and that was
remember
one of my. That's like when you looked at him, you're like, ooh, yeah. It's like
That
he belongs down here.
That was such a cool experience when you showed up because we didn't expect to see you that night.
Yeah,
I do remember that. I think I've gone through a lot of phases in style. I wouldn't say fashion because I think fashion is like, like I do believe in like the distinction between the two. Like if you're into fashion, then you're into what everybody else is doing, like here,
the current
now.
trends and whatnot.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's influenced by somebody else, but like I think for me, I it just happens gradually, just a gradual thing, and now it's like, to me, I like this way of dressing because it feels very like, what would Jesus do if he was really fly?
Yeah.
If he cared about like
I love that, bro.
Jesus
What would Jesus wear if he was really fly?
If Jesus was like really like,
That is the perfect way to describe his style.
if he was really concerned about how he looked, and if he had Nigerian heritage, not those sandals.
That's crazy. So, like, what you're wearing today, I've heard stuff like this is surprisingly cool
It is
because it's
man.
so
Oh
freaking
my
hot right now.
goodness.
Yeah.
It really is, and it's actually built for that. You know what I mean? Like when I spent a little bit of time in Kuwait, and in Kuwait, everybody outside of the military was wearing this, and it's what you have to wear because out there it can be like 120 degrees, man. It can be so hot. And it'll
Yeah, it
keep
makes
you
sense.
cool.
Everywhere that it's really hot, you see stuff like that, similar types of.
And it's getting hotter.
Mm.
It's getting hotter. Global warming's a thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm predicting.
according to
Like-
some of us,
Yeah, some of us don't believe in it. Some of us don't,
which is
But for
crazy.
the ones that do, 10 years, they're going to be dressing like this everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
It's just so hot.
95 in the
global
winter.
warming, yeah, I know. Jeez.
It's just so hot everywhere.
Dude, and dry. We have had no water here.
We have
specifically.
not.
Yeah.
It's raining today.
It's raining today, and a little
Yeah.
bit yesterday too.
Yeah, not
Um,
nearly enough.
Yeah, but it is real friggin' hot. Like, and again, since we're a mile high up, and if you go to the mountains, our UV index is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I actually ran into Justin Freeman the other day at a restaurant, getting some Greek food, and he lives in Colombia now.
Okay.
And
Oh, yes. Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember that.
doing all his cars and stuff.
Mhm.
And he was like, bro, he goes, when I come back home, he goes, it is ridiculous. He goes, that sun is a laser, bro.
In Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is because our UV is just.
It does feel like you're under a magnifying glass or
Yeah,
something. It is kind of wild because the heat just doesn't feel the same. Like for me, I feel like I remember like 95 in Fresno would just feel so muggy and
Oh, is that
uncomfortable.
humidity?
And
Ugh.
here it's like, oh, it's not bad, especially if you're in the shade. But if you're standing in the sun for 3 straight minutes, you start sizzling, bro. Me, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's real. It's real. It's this summer, to me, has been hotter than most summers that I've experienced. But I think it's because of the drought.
That makes sense.
Because of the drought, because it's so dry, it just feels hotter and unbearable at times. But then, like, I don't know. Like, I think we'll see what the winter brings. I hope that we have a real winter. We didn't have a real one last time.
No. Here in Colorado, we have not had any moisture, dude. It's been weird. And in past years, we've had similar years where it was like that, but then we would just get like super, rainy ass late springs and then snow almost into summertime. But this year we didn't get nothing.
Nah,
we had like
we did
one
get that
big
snow day. That one snow day.
Isn't that crazy? That's so crazy as a
Remember that
teacher.
snow day?
Yep, we got one. It's the year where we got only one snow day, and it was like the only fucking day it snowed.
Yeah, and we did not need that snow day.
No,
but we got it. And
I think I
that's
saw
all
you
there
posted
is.
something on social media. I feel like I saw you said something.
Probably,
Yeah,
probably.
and then there was people in your comments that were like,
There
"Man,
were.
we took a day off."
Yeah, people. I mean, people were kind of wilding because like,
They always
because
are.
then there are some people that were like real like, oh, these kids are so soft. I can't believe that you. And it's like, look, first of all, don't blame your kid because we got it.
Soft ass kid.
Somehow
What are you gonna
it's-
do? Listen to your administration.
There sounds like there was some
It's
like
hilarious.
internal things going
Yeah.
on because I saw,
It's always in the comments.
saw a
dude.
lot of people that were just like these kids. They call this
Soft
a
ass
snow
kids.
day.
Yeah.
Dude,
No,
you
we
see
ain't
so
have-
many.
When I was a kid and it was a snow day, I still went to school. The administration couldn't stop me.
Dude, even our social media for the podcast is like, you could just see so many mental issues in the comments. It's always and I don't you think the majority is positive?
Yeah,
would
oh
you
yeah,
say?
yeah.
But there's always like a steady stream of people just revealing their heart struggles in front of everybody, talking shit about something crazy. You're like, what? What you took the time to do this?
That's the internet, man.
Yeah.
It is. It's
That's the
crazy.
internet. And it's I think especially now because you just have like so much new technology coming out too. You know what I mean? Like
So
it's
fast.
only gonna get worse. I think because like you see a lot of people vamping for AI right now.
I was gonna ask you what you like. What do you think of AI? And
I mean, AI is out there, man. Whether I
neither here
don't-
nor there.
Yeah, to me, I don't really have any strong stances on it personally just yet. Like, I think that and maybe no stance is a stance in itself, but I do think that
Yeah.
it's like yesterday, in one of like the educators groups I'm in, and somebody was like, how do you feel about AI? And that's the question they're posing to the whole group. And, people answer individually, and there's like one person that's like, I don't agree with AI. I think it's unethical, and I think it's doing horrible things to the economy, or they said it's doing horrible
Environment.
things to like the environment. That's what they said.
Oh,
Yeah.
like
And,
data
they
warehouses and
said,
stuff. Yeah.
But I use AI only to
Only.
detect if other students are using AI. So it's like, so you use AI. You know what I'm saying?
This,
Like,
yeah,
There's
Yeah,
no
You cannot be.
there's
yeah.
no way outside of using AI. I
Yeah.
think that.
yeah.
But I think that if you're like leaning on it so heavily,
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's kind of where it gets. I mean, but that's once again, that's like a you thing. That's an individual thing, and that I
Mhm.
don't put myself in that place where I'm like, hey, you gotta stop using AI. Like, if it's out there,
Right.
you want to use it, use it. When I was like in my class, I could tell when AI is being used. You know what I mean? Like if somebody's like stealing a beat or something like that. Like you just tell when somebody's using AI. And then like I just kind of call people in instead of calling them out and just say, hey man, I know you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's one student, shout to him, God bless him, because he graduated. He made it through the finish line. I was so proud to see him make it.
Yeah, let's go.
But when one of his like poems or something like that, it was like, you know what I'm saying, something about walking through a musky valley or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but it just had AI all
Something wasn't
over
right.
it, man. I just read it and I was just like, bro. And I have a very serious like come on method. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I call my method for getting to the root
Come on.
of the issues. And
Come
so I
on,
just be like,
man.
come on, man.
Come on, bro.
Come on, man. Come
Be
on.
real with me. Come on.
And they'd be like, they get that little look on their face and be like, yeah,
I
see,
know. Yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
exactly.
I know.
I agree with what you're saying. I think it's useful, and I mean the environmental stuff aside, and I guess I'm not that educated about a lot of the negative impacts of some of those things. It's a water thing, right? Isn't it?
It's a water thing.
like,
That's
sucks up
one
a
the
lot of
things.
water.
It's it's a
Pollution.
humming thing. You know what I'm saying? Like apparently like the data centers, because there's so much current, like electric current, like
Bees
they're
and
kind
stuff
of
like
humming.
that. Yeah.
So, like,
Ecosystem and whatnot.
there are a lot of environmental issues that we're kind of powerless to stop though. So it's like, you know, I don't know. I think that it's happening. I think that I mean there are some things that are happening too, right? Like they are pausing data centers like through acts of Congress, like the development of them, which that's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, on some of them are just far throughout their contracts. They're like, it's too late. We're already building.
Right.
Like there's one actually that's going up by my gym off of E470 in Chambers. And the wild thing is that it looks like I thought it was just going to be like a warehouse or like a headquarters or something, because the front of it, they're making it it's like all nice, like all glass, and it's like a good like show of things. Like, oh dang, that's a nice looking building. And then I was like looking it up, like to see what I was like, what's being built here? I'm just curious. And I was looking, I was like, oh, it's a data center.
That's
and it's
so crazy.
huge, you guys. Like you know that big ass American Furniture warehouse that's over there off of E470.
Yeah,
like their biggest one that they have.
I know which one. Yeah,
dude, it's like that big.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Damn,
stupid
dude.
big, dude. I was like, just looking at you like, damn. But yeah, they soak up a whole bunch of water.
That's
And
nuts.
And there's actually a place on the news because we're talking about drought and we're in restrictions and everything, right? There's a place in the news. There's like a water bottle company in Aurora that is like not adhering to any of the the water policies, and like they were restricted to like supposedly like 189 million gallons like that, and then they're already like at 209 million gallons that they use. They're like, yeah, whatever, and then, like they get extra charge for it, but there's nothing that they can do, right?
They just pay the fine.
Yeah, just pay the fine and like.
Yeah, that's crazy. And where I was going with it, that's all another thing that adds a different element too. But like I feel like wherever it's at right now, I think people who think it has no use are not correct, and I think people who think it has no place in anything, which doesn't matter, like you said, it's inevitable anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think they're correct either. I think it's a really useful tool. I teach math, and so I think of it like a calculator. Right? It's got limited capacity, and it can be super helpful and super fast at things that sometimes can be cumbersome or whatever. But I agree with you. Then if you're leaning on it completely, or like I have kids too, I've in their English class where they're submitting something and it's just totally fake. You can see it immediately. That heavy leaning on it, whether it's the government, which I think they're doing too, by the way.
Oh yeah, man, they're doing it like crazy.
Doing dumb shit with it, like not
they're
even
doing
just
stupid stuff with AI. I mean,
Yeah.
we are too, though.
Yeah.
We're doing.
Yep.
we're doing. The picture challenges, and we're doing.
Oh yeah, bro.
We're doing dumb stuff too. I think it's
My profile picture on Facebook, bro. I created that shit on. I took a regular picture, turned it into a fucking cartoon.
It's just a reflection. It's what we do. The music, I think, is a piece of it that's starting to be a bigger conversation.
Definitely wanted to talk to you
Huge
about this today
because I mean they got a Suno, which like I will say, like if I rage against anything, I rage against that guy, the guy who started Suno, because of the stuff that he has.
What's
to
Suno
say.
again? What is
Suno's it's the AI company that does the music.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and Timbaland worked with them, and he was using, like, he announced some competition, and he was using people's submissions to train the AI. And he was showing, it's like, and showcasing. One day he was like trying to show, like, do an exhibition of like some beat that AI did, and it was somebody else's beat completely. And
Whoa.
like down to the like the producer tag. He still had the tag on it. He still had the producer's tag.
Because they're pulling from the internet.
Well, it's
or
not just
whatever?
because he's pulling from. I mean, that was different, because what he did in that case, that was way more nefarious.
It wasn't
'cause
an AI as much as
it wasn't
theft.
even AI. It was just theft.
Wow.
But now it's like, Suno's up and running, and the guy that founded it was like, wouldn't you love to play guitar without ever having to play guitar? There's thousands of hours of learning how to play guitar. Now you can just,
Do you want to have experiences without really having them?
yeah, like, wouldn't you
That's
love
the
to
future.
rap and you've never written a rap before? Like, that'd be cool, right? And it's just that's where it gets
All of a sudden, fucking Mike Pierce is fucking Nas over here.
You start dressing different.
I wouldn't. The one thing I will say is I would never. And it's funny, like, because a lot of rappers, and it's mostly because they're getting endorsed, they will give AI a swinging endorsement, like, "Oh yeah, man, this writes rap better than I can." And if you do that, then you just
Stop it. Yeah.
you're foolish to me, man. Because it's like, we bend so much, specifically in hip hop and music in general. Just like as artists, we're bending the rules and making them up as we go so much. And AI is kind of meant to like fit into this box of things. But to the people that do it, like, I mean, I'd say if you like it, I don't. I'm not going
Power
to say
to
nothing
you.
about it, though.
Well, I wanted to ask you about a couple things because this topic's come up before, and it's always a hot topic with listeners. And it's that people get worked up about AI music, and people fall on two different sides. Like we had one we talked about, right?
Eddie Dalton.
That was one. What was the other one? Was that the one where the guy wrote all the music? There was one. It sounds like we're entering a fucking castle barn.
My bad.
No, you're all good. It's my stupid mic stand. No, but there was one where the guy wrote all this music and he produced all of it and everything, created these songs. The only AI aspect was he had an AI vocalist sing all of it.
That's Eddie.
Is that Eddie Dalton?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And he has it's this really crazy good voice. They're all like that. The AIs are like, there's something that sounds, they somehow capture something. It's never quite all the way there, obviously, because it's not a real person. But I was curious what you thought of that, where people integrate it like partially into the music, stuff like that.
What kind of music is he making?
It's like old school blues.
Okay.
Jazz.
So
kind of stuff, yeah.
That's one of my problems with AI music.
It's very-
One of my major problems with AI music is thus far, everything I've seen with AI music is black music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
I
true
don't-
because that's the other one that's so fully generated one. The girl, the Xania, I think Monet, something like that. She's full
Black
AI.
too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
black. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so like that's a big issue that I have with AI music. I don't see too much like AI country music, and it's not to say that that exists.
Because a lot of
Not saying
modern
it does.
country already sounds like AI.
Yeah, it's not to say that they're because and it's not even to say that country music is we know that it's in pop country and all just country music in general is predominantly white artists that are doing that.
Mhm.
But I haven't seen
So it's almost like an Elvis Presley style.
sort of. I mean, it's just
Interesting.
it's another example of, to me, this machine just kind of farming a sound that comes from black people and just distributing it like crazy.
Same story in a different age.
And it's just a different face on it. And I mean, they even do it for like, the commercials and stuff now that I see, like, when I'm chilling and I might see like the Rise mushroom coffee commercial.
Yeah.
Which, like, I've tried Rise mushroom coffee. It's good coffee.
Yeah, I've tried it
But
too.
like the crazy thing about it is like when I see that and I see like this R&B commercial of like
Okay, so this is interesting too because I've had Rise as well,
Mhm.
and I've seen like those commercials. They're
Dude.
crazy, and the one I got, me and Myra were talking about how different ours were.
yeah.
So mine, it's all about a pothead, and it's like reggae music. I'm not even joking. And it's like, and how this pothead was like, he was burnt out and he wasn't getting anything accomplished. And then he started drinking Rise. Next thing you know, he's in the gym and he's working. And it's this AI song with this AI animation. And it's all like fucking tailored for me.
And it's reggae.
It's wild, dude. It's reggae and it's about a pothead who started drinking Rise
Oh my goodness.
and still smoking his joints, and he was awesome. And I was like, this is getting fucking weird. And then when I talked to my wife, hers was totally different. It was like a park scene and a family, and it's like weird.
What kind of was there music?
I should ask her. I don't
Okay,
remember.
Yeah, because like mine is.
It's probably BTS.
Yeah, it's funny. Mine
She
was
loves
like,
BTS.
Mine was like R&B specifically, and it's like,
Yeah.
This is getting crazy,
like a
bro.
black like just a very black sounding liver.
Yeah.
I'm your liver. And you doing me wrong.
Those
Catering
fucking
to you guys.
commercials-
That's hilarious.
Those AI commercials
was
are
like,
getting
yo.
crazy.
Like, yo, this is racist, yo.
Oh.
And as a matter of fact, yo, hold up. Because I had a pothead one too. But the blunt was black still. Like, it was like,
I might, and I have to point this out. The pothead was a white dude with dreads. In
that's so
in the
funny.
fucking.
It's
'Cause
hilarious.
the
dude.
pothead one I saw was like, it was like a blunt or something like that. It had like a gold chain on it. It had like a gold.
This is fucked up. I don't even feel like we should laugh at this. This is
Nah, man. I mean,
crazy.
you gotta laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah.
There was-
because I saw that. I was like, what?
There was one instance where I thought something was like super. You know, like Spotify has like the DJ,
Uh-huh.
right? You know, and I remember when I first used it when it was like first it came out, it was like, "Hey, what's up, Mike? This is DJ X," and like talking. I was like, why is he talking like? Why is this DJ, talking like that? Wait, is it because I listen to hip hop mostly? I'm like,
We
I was
talked
like,
about
wait
that.
a second.
Yeah.
But then I found out it's like the same voice for
Oh, okay.
everybody on that. But I actually just looked up, you guys. So I looked up a country AI artist.
Okay.
It's Breaking Rust, and it is a fully generated white AI guy.
Can we hear any of it?
And no, I'm not going to put it on here because
oh, okay.
just rights,
Copyrights and
licenses
all
and
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a fully generated. And so the thing that's hilarious is that it was created by a singer-songwriter.
Whoa.
But everything is generated. The music, the lyrics, the voice, everything is generated by AI. You know, obviously they're writing the prompts for everything like that, right? But I just think it's silly that a singer-songwriter developed that particular artist. And it was top on the Billboard for sales for a particular song.
That's where people are getting bent out of shape. Is a lot of these songs are going way high on the charts.
Higher in the charts, and they're getting paid for them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's crazy. But that's also like, if I do say anything indicting, it's about the artist that does it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that like a creative act, like if you've reached a point in your tenure, your time, whatever, where you're like, all right, yeah, it was not popping for me now.
I can't do
I'm
it.
about to make an AI artist. And
Yeah.
it's gonna pop, and it typically does.
Oof.
I mean, there is a song in Denver, "She Goes By." You know what I'm saying? Did you know about this at all?
No.
Yo, there's a song called "She Goes By Denver," and I don't remember who the artist was, but I remember my students coming up to me like, "Mister, people keep saying this is AI," and it's like, a typical song about like, not typical, but like the song that like personifies, you know what I'm saying, like Denver is like
Okay,
a woman.
sure.
And this dude is talking about how he, this girl, her name is Denver, and she's cold, and she's this, and she's this, and she's this. But it was an AI song.
yeah,
and
okay.
It was really popular, like in the city, and everybody was,
Whoa.
yo, is this AI? Is this AI? Is this AI? And like, I think that the fact that something like that can be so popular is, I mean, that's something that we have to question ourselves about. Like, why is this so popular? Is our taste so generic? You know what I mean? That
And
like,
the question too is it getting more so? Because I think back to like the '90s, and I remember feeling like that, like being a grunge guy and stuff, and being like, these mainstream pop artists, and why is pop always the biggest thing? And the audiences are dumb. Like I had this feeling about it. And you look at it now, and it's just so much more. And this is a perfect example where you can have computer generated songs, and people just go crazy, adding it to their playlist like left and right.
yeah, it's tough. It's interesting. Are you looking at it right now, dude?
Yeah, so She Goes By Denver by Keenan Trayvon.
Wait, so is Keenan Trayvon not a real person?
No, it's a real person.
Oh,
But look. Here's the thing. The original song, bro,
Uh-huh.
was not. So what's happening is now there are artists that are singing and doing a cover of an AI song. So there is a good chance. There's a good chance that what you just looked at was a cover of the AI song.
whoa. And so there's a whole nother thing, right? Where you could just have AI write a whole fucking album for you. And then you're, as a band, you go in and we just record it. Or even as a single producer.
You could do that.
And then just do it all with live instruments and make it seem real, but it's written by AI. That would be crazy.
That would, I mean, that. But once again, like that's look how far we are. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah,
that's,
you're right. Because this is another one that says
It was a cover.
where T at?
Yep.
So that was a cover of an AI song
Yeah.
by a real artist.
Yeah. So
How many
okay, so
views did
that's
it
why
have?
it's,
I'm
that's why
curious.
it's so popular. It's a TikTok fucking song.
Yep. There we go.
Oh.
It's a TikTok song, dude.
Oh, and that would make sense why the artist would want to do it.
No,
Did he have a ton of views, by the way? I was curious about that.
I
The
don't
artist
even
didn't-
look.
Yeah, it's curious. It's all 11 views. The fucking AI
Yeah,
one
so
is
the-
16 million.
So the lyrics go, I met this girl when I was 1 day old in the middle of America. She loved the cold. She said,
I
excuse
see.
me,
Okay.
little homie. I know you don't know me, but I want you by my side when you grow and get old.
Yeah,
Prolific.
personification of Denver there.
So prolific.
That's so crazy.
But these kids are simple. Come on, Avery. These kids, they were like, ooh, that hits.
Yeah, they were. But that, and that's, I don't know, man. I mean,
That's weird.
I am trying my best not to be an Afro pessimist or a nihilist. or
Wait,
anything.
What's an Afro pessimist? Educate me.
Afro-pessimism, man. Afro-pessimism is like it's a specific ideology, really kind of like where there's like this optimistic sense of the world, like we're gonna make it and we're gonna get out of it. Like Afro-pessimism is like kind of acknowledging like we're kind of cooked, man. We're in a really tough place.
Yeah, okay, got
You
you.
know what I'm saying? Like
And
I think-
nihilism goes with that too.
you know, I think there's a spectrum of it, right? Like I think that there's the the Afro pessimist that's like going to just like ain't shit changing, so I might as well just keep doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see no reason why I gotta stop like selling drugs or do whatever because like ain't nothing gonna change. And then there's like the really highbrow Afro pessimists that are like writing books and coining the term Afro pessimism in the first place.
Yeah,
It's like it's I say it now because like to me like, and I said this when I really said this more and more in 2016. Not to get political, but like when Donald Trump first won,
yeah.
because I realized that it's going to be such a classist thing, and the class warfare is going to grow so big that now pretty soon, like shoot, I mean we all niggas now. You know?
That's a good way to put it.
Like,
Unless you're in that 1%.
Yeah, I mean, unless you there, then you got it made. But if you don't, then you subject to all the shenanigans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're saying, and now that's a spectrum too. Looking at everything is like a spectrum. You know what I'm saying? The highs and the lows of it, or whatever gradient you want to, consider it, has really helped me kind of identify just how fucked certain things are. You know what I mean? Like some things are fucked to the umpteen.
Yeah.
Some things are fucked to
different levels. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, some things are just a little fucked. Some things are fucked as a minor inconvenience. But I mean, either way, we are just
Mostly
enduring this
cooked.
time, man. We're enduring
Yeah,
it.
it's good. Are you have I ever asked you? Do you believe in God? Are you spiritual,
Yeah, man,
religious?
yeah, I believe in God. Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
you just kind of march your own beat. Do you have a religion you more or less lean into?
You know,
or-
actually, man, I'm in school for theology right now.
Neat.
Yeah, dude. I'm in
Oh,
school for
that's
theology
cool.
right now.
That's
Moving
cool.
up.
How long you been doing that for?
I started early this year, so that was my first semester. I just like knocked it out the park.
I would love to hear about any of it, dude.
Yeah.
I've thought about that when I was younger. I thought about majoring in theology
Did you
before.
really?
Yeah.
What stopped you?
Same thing stopped me from doing education in general for a really
Okay.
long time.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm fascinated with that stuff. I'd be very curious because I love that, and I'm like, we've talked about it on the podcast a lot too. Because I always kind of think of my two pillars as like Buddha and Jesus, and I'm very into both. But that's one of the things I got really deep into was like the lost years of Jesus. It's I don't know how historically legitimate it is, but I love the idea that Jesus like went around and learned all these different religions and all these different things, and then came back to his people and taught it in a way that they could understand it in their own religion. So I'd be curious, just like what kind of shit have you been learning, and like.
I mean, it's interesting, man, because thus far, and this is just where I'm at right now, like I'm identifying the stories, right? Like the divine stories that
Across religions.
exactly. You know what I mean? They're kind of like there's a great writer by the name of Joseph Campbell, who was like an older cat, but there's
I've
a
heard of
book
Joseph
called,
Campbell.
Yeah, Joseph Campbell wrote a book called The Hero with a Thousand Faces, and it's just kind of like the story about how like this hero archetype just kind of like spans all throughout cultures,
Yeah.
and it becomes, it just changes faces every time.
Same thing.
Krishna to Horus to Buddha to Jesus to all, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just changes. But I'm really into the stories because it kind of helps me identify where people are kind of at, like through society,
Yeah.
And like I think last time I was here, I talked about like kind of practicing like African traditional spirituality, and I still do, but I kind of now try to see it through a lens of like different belief systems and how like those things parallel, intersect in some ideals, but like they really parallel, and the parallel is more powerful because you can really draw some comparisons and distinctions between the two of them.
Yeah.
And see like just kind of why things are what they are.
What's been the most surprising thing that you think you've learned so far? And also, what kind of program is this? How long are you doing this for?
I'll probably do it for a couple more years, and then end out with a degree. I think that I'll take some time off because I want to really give this year of being like the dean of culture like all of my attention.
Focus, yeah.
And in the meantime, between time, I'll probably like work on my own version of kind of like a divine comedy sort of thing, similar to Dante's Inferno, but like kind of go back through like with Avery J and the BA, because that was kind of like the start of me diving in spiritually, but I was just doing it through music. So I had See You at the Crossroads, and right now I'm like working on the sequel to that project, and then I will work on a third, just kind of do a trilogy, and that'll be like my kind of theological like output in the moment. But it's tough to pinpoint one interesting thing. I think what the thing that fascinated me the most thus far was within Christianity, how that kind of like evolved. And I'm still working on getting to where we're at right now, but there are some dates within Christianity that are like really interesting to consider. You know what I mean? Like, from, the death of, whom they called the Christ, on to like just long period of persecution for anybody that followed Christ, to a point where, like in Rome, Christianity then becomes like the religion for all of Rome. But it's divided by East and West, how they were going kind of back and forth, and they fight. And then there's the Great Schism of 1054, which like sees Western Christianity, which is like Catholicism in Rome proper.
Where does Martin Luther fall in there?
Martin Luther's interesting. Martin Luther comes in 1517, like
much
in the
later.
1500s.
Okay.
And in the 1500s, Martin Luther is like, Martin Luther's upset because, like, for a myriad of reasons, but also like one of them is
thinks
like
the people should have
exactly like
direct access.
They were so much was still needed to be translated from
priests,
Greek and Latin, and he was like, well, it needs to be in a language that the people understand. And that's like one of the primary gripes. There are a multitude of gripes that Martin Luther had that really like kind of sparks off Protestantism, but I'm still like gearing up to that. And the interesting thing about studying history is you find yourself in a bunch of different places with it, because Martin Luther was also like, while he's like this Protestant like hero, was also like a virulent anti-Semite. Like Martin Luther has one of the craziest books about and it's a book that persecutes Jewish people. It's like one of the things that like Hitler used actually, like in persecuting Jewish people, was this book written by Martin Luther.
Which and it's so true how you say that about history. That was my undergrad too. I love history.
Yeah.
But that's like as you look through things, you realize these heroes or whatever. You go, oh my God, dude, they did that or they said that. Like what the fuck?
And like the book, it's like there's no hiding it. Like the title of the book is like The Lying Jew or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but I just remember thinking like, cuz this guy was like, it's like your hero,
going all in.
Like, and
holy shit,
like it's got like the craziest illustration that it's just kind of one of these things that like keep people persecuted because these are people that have been persecuted.
Yeah,
and it's historically sound, and you see that.
It was a 65,000 word, and it was titled "On the Jews and Their Lies."
Oh man, you were not far off.
That
was pretty
published
close.
in 1543.
Sheesh. Dude, I'm so glad I'm born now. And
Martin Luther was a wild boy, man. They say Martin Luther King was wild.
It talked about burning synagogues and schools, forcibly confiscating Jewish religion, books, and wealth, and forcing Jewish people into manual labor or expelling them entirely. Just like you said, Hitler read on.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's like this guy's onto it.
Martin Luther was one of them, and that's the craziest part.
And
And
he was also
it's interesting
German.
because like I've been rocking with a lot of like Orthodox folks. You know what I'm saying?
I've been very curious about that.
Orthodoxy's interesting, man.
Yeah.
I think that if you're going to look into, if anybody looks into Christianity, I think looking into the Orthodox, you know what I mean, observation of it is
Worth the time.
is worth your while. You know what I mean? Because they also look at it from a very like, they approach it from some mystical places too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's a really interesting thing. But like hearing and talking to them about other dates, because I mean there's the schism that happens in 1054, but then like I want to say like 1200, 1300, something like that. Like there was also like a crusade where like Roman soldiers went into Constantinople, which is like now Greece,
Right.
and sacked the city. And like these are their Eastern brothers and sisters, and they sack and they rape and they pillage, and like, their own people pretty much. But just because and the Pope signed off on it. The Pope was like, that's cool, and that's one of the things that creates this like deep seated beef between
East and West.
I did a cool little presentation where it's like, man, because Eastern and Western at first they were friends. Like there was Licinius to the east, and then there was Alexander the Great to the west, and they were homies, just like Pac and Biggie. And then eventually they fell out.
East and
What'd
West.
you say?
Fell out, man.
You fat motherfucker.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Licinius was a little overweight.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny. You made that part up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
I didn't know what he looked like. He's probably a white dude though.
Yeah.
I know that.
But
Man.
but that's what the Holy Wars were, right? That was like, join or die.
That's what's so crazy is the history of Christianity, because then later as it gets then the conquest of the West and fucking the slave trade and all this shit was all Christian. It was all based on Jesus.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, that was the foundation.
Well, the distortion of Christ, right?
Yes.
Yes. I don't think.
Jesus would,
Yeah.
No,
and
nobody listens to what the fuck he said.
Dude, no.
It's wild.
Nobody reads the Sermon on the Mount, bro. Like nobody.
No, it's pure
It's
gold.
just there, but nobody reads it.
Yeah.
Pure gold. Like when they asked Trump what his favorite quote was. What's your favorite Bible quote? And like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, could you at least Old Testament or New Testament? I have a little both. Like, you've never read a verse in your
I
life.
really like the proverb, don't start none, won't be none. I don't think that's
not.
that's in there.
I can see him saying that.
Yeah, no.
I know you really could.
That's the
what's
sad
wild.
part about it is I can see him actually saying that. But yeah, man. We're I mean, to think about the schism, to think about like the schism, which means just a split. splinters into.
And that was East and West. Is that the
That
school?
was it. Was that's
Okay.
what it started. It started with that, right? But
Mhm.
then like there continues to be a schism. There's still like, you know, the schism on the East is, from what I can see, more in culture. You know what I'm saying? Because there are just so many different Orthodox churches, and but those are only based in their cultural observations. Greek Orthodox, Russian Orthodox, Latvian Orthodox. You know what I'm saying? Like Ethiopian Orthodox. Like there's just so many different ones, but they still like have a respect and reverence for one another. Wherein in like Catholicism, as we know, like Martin Luther comes and there's Protestantism, and then that what creates Lutheranism, Calvinism,
Yeah.
Anglicanism,
Yep.
and then just so many of them. You know what I'm saying? Like so,
Yeah.
like, there's so much division, ideologies, that I think that's kind of what that same sort of thing fuels us to this day, because now we have so many differences in how we see each other. You know what I'm saying? And like America's really like, to me, a hotbed for all of that, because like even within the black community, there's like, you know what I mean? Like there's some folks that's like, yo, I'm FBA, I'm a foundational Black American. You know what I'm saying? Or an American, African American descendant of slave, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever.
Yeah.
But like the ones that say that they're foundational Black, they're like, yo, nah, you're not gonna call me African. I'm not even going.
Yeah.
I've never even been there.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah.
We so different.
Yeah.
But then there's the I'm a Pan-Africanist myself. Like I'm
Is that like Bob Marley, like the Africa
Very much so.
Unite, and like
very much so. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm a little different in the way I see it. But like just observing though the difference between the ideology, it just goes to show you that like we're kind of far, man. We're kind of far from the plot.
Yeah.
And the plot is twisting,
every day.
thickens, it sickens. It's all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's wild. I think a lot about, because of all the myths about end times, and everybody thinks they're living in the end times or
We
whatever.
always
But
have, yeah.
yeah, but I'm curious what you think about, like, where are we going to be? If I try to imagine what's literally happening right now, which is always dangerous because it's such a micro thing that's happening, right, compared to the long term. But I can't imagine, like, America in 150 years. Like, where the fuck are we going right now? It seems like we're headed toward an impending doom as a nation.
I mean, doom is, but like I think to say that something is doomed is, it's difficult to base that off of something, because like something still survives in the face of it. You know what I'm saying?
And you
So,
never
like,
know what's around the next
you
turn.
don't know. You don't. I mean, like it's like the Roman Empire fell because it was so big.
Yeah.
And it's so big
Couldn't
that,
maintain
you know what I mean,
that
it
size,
gets
yeah.
sacked by these outside nomadic confederations that are like really organized and really figure out their ways to attack this empire that's just so big.
What does
too
that look
big.
like now? How does an empire fail now?
I mean, we're kind of watching it.
Yeah, that's what I
We're
mean.
watching it in real time. It
That's-
fails now in a different way, man. I mean, I think that
Yeah.
there's like I think there are a lot of different factors to it, right? There's there's the financial factors.
That's what I was gonna say. Right now, it used to be back in the day. It was like, it was war, it was casualties, it was people, manpower that you were going after.
Yeah.
Now you're going after money.
Yeah, it's money mostly. You know what I'm saying? Because
Is it really nations or is it really corporations? It's like families, wealthy families,
Oh, yeah.
wealthy corporate entities.
Because those have the backing of the politicians.
Right, and they're yeah, right. They're tied into all the nation states, and they're tied into all these different places. But
yeah, sure. I'm curious. I'm curious to see what happens with our conflict with Iran right now.
yeah,
You know what I mean, that's something that's heating up, and
that doesn't seem to be going anywhere good.
bro,
It was going to
American
be 30
soldiers are
days.
dying.
2
It
weeks.
was never fucking
2 weeks.
Do you
30
do you
days.
do you feel like it was never needed? Like, why did we do
It was a
that?
distraction. I feel like it was a
Oh, yeah.
distraction.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I mean, like Epstein file stuff was heating
That's
up.
all anybody wants.
We
Release,
can't do it. We can't do
dude.
it.
It's so ridiculous.
Too many people implicated, man.
Dude, if this is a movie, we all know how we would all feel watching this movie. Everybody would be like, that fucking guy is
Yeah.
a scumbag.
He's definitely in it.
Everybody's mad. Everybody's wanting justice.
He's
You know,
definitely in it. Why won't he release it? Because you know why. You know why.
it's just come on,
It's
dude.
like,
It's
yeah, like
always-
you said, it's like a movie. You're like, I know this.
I just never thought we would have somebody in the position of being president of the United States of America that's just so utterly delusional and out of touch with every single moment of life. Like, he'll just say shit that's not true and walk around like it's true, say something to somebody's face, say something totally different to someone else's, and he just walks around leaving this trail of fucking deception and confusion, and it just comes across as like this total nut job, dude.
Oh, he's really old, and he's really
That
rich.
too.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you're really old, you're really rich. It's to me, it would seem to be really easy to be out of touch. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And in being out of touch, it's even like and then like, you know, to his credit, like the branding genius too, because like that brand of Trump,
He's made so much money off the
that just his
presidency.
brand in general. I mean,
Yeah.
he was running as a brand still too, because like I was seeing speeches. I was seeing like in 2016 he was giving speeches to like Middle America, which is where everything just kind of like snowballs from.
Mm.
People that feel like they were looked over, or feel like they're being ignored or whatever, and he's telling these people like, "Yo, when I become president, you guys are gonna be so rich. It's gonna be so crazy."
gonna
There was a
clean-
lot of dog
Yeah,
whistling in
I'm
the
gonna,
beginning too.
I'm gonna,
That
I'm
too.
gonna clean the swamp.
Oh yeah, we're draining that.
Drain the swamp. Yeah.
He said he drained the swamp, and then
Where's the
goddamn-
Epstein files?
hey, and now the reflection pool became the
Yeah,
swamp.
yeah.
That's funny. Like, and sometimes some things you gotta just laugh about.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's one of them things, man. Because boy, that reflection pool became the swamp now.
Everything. He's just in a swamp. Everything's fucking chaos, bro. I can't imagine working for that guy.
I couldn't, but I also like, would you?
Even be in government.
Would you? Like, if you know, if knock on the door, somebody like, hey, we like whatever you've done with blah blah blah.
Donald Trump
Down
needs
to
you.
work.
Needs your acoustic reggae.
Yeah, you down to work.
Acoustic white boy reggae. We
You
need
down
it at the White House.
You down to come through?
That. Okay, I do it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Fuck no,
No.
bro. Not in a
selling
million
out.
years.
Not selling out.
Now, I
Yeah.
think somebody said something really interesting recently. I think it's Weird Al. Shout to Weird Al. Weird Al's
I love him.
the best of us as musicians, apparently. Because he was asked, you know, I think he said he turned down a bunch of money from Saudi Arabia
Oh,
and said that, you know, he didn't want to do anything that he'd feel icky about.
yeah, that's good.
And it
good.
just goes to show you that, like, there are still people in this world that have principles that they're willing to stand on.
Yep.
You know, and you know, I think that like there's so many people that feel very nihilistic about the next generations and generations to come. Oh man, they're just gonna. I just don't believe that, man. Like,
Yeah, and I was kind of saying that earlier, but I think I'm just caught in the moment, dude.
yeah, I
It
think
just
so.
feels grave at the moment.
It
you know?
happens. But the tough part is holding on to the moments that showed you a glimmer of hope. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago, I took one of my former students to the studio, and like he is still learning his style. He's still learning his impact. But like this is also a student that came to us that you know, like if you looked at him and he's, you know, just a file or just a behavior sheet, you know what I mean? You might be like, I don't know about this kid. But like he showed up professionally. He was graceful. He was gracious. And even as a student, he was just brilliant. Like just brilliant.
Mm.
You know, like an A and B student. You know what I mean? Like that just really fell into our system and things were able to work. And you know, I look at, you know, I see kids like that almost every day.
Dude,
Like
my
just-
son is one of those kids.
Yeah, I mean, they like, and it's interesting because like our system also might not work for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Correct.
you know, there's another young lady that came to the school last year that like when she came, she was really struggling. You know what I mean? But then she went to another school and like apparently said that she was doing really well. And when she came back to us, like she didn't come back to us, but she like called herself like popping up to visit or something like that. And she was trying to be like, yeah, I go to this other school, and that school I'm doing way better at that school. I'm like, that's great.
That's a good thing.
That's
yeah.
actually what you're supposed to be doing. That means
Dope.
that like you found a place where like everything works for you, and that's kind of what you want in this world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because school is such a specific thing,
It really is, dude.
and it's not for everybody.
It's really not. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many kids that try to have like this argument with me about like, Mister, you think that I'm supposed to graduate from school and or like, you think the school's the end all be all? And I'm like, cuz I'm not the one to have this conversation with.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if you want to drop out of school tomorrow, man, then make a plan for yourself. And then just work the plan.
Do
like,
you?
that's all I can tell you.
You're like,
I'm not.
You're like, this isn't Stand By Me.
Yeah,
You like smoking crack, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
You like smoking
Like,
crack,
what you-
Sam, don't you?
Think I'm gonna take you on top of the roof?
Go ahead, Sam. Smoke that crack.
Yeah. Hey. I will say that there was one time, like, because like we have like a bathroom policy now where we only allow a certain number of students into the bathroom.
Yeah.
But before that, where it's just like kind of end all be all, like just everybody just hanging out in the bathroom. I did walk into the bathroom one time and just say, sing the East Side Song.
That's the most terrible version I've ever heard.
None of them got the reference.
Oh,
of course.
no.
Because none of them had ever seen that movie.
Of course
But
not.
the old security guard
Says
outside,
crack it up.
Yeah.
he said,
Damn.
"Boy, you a fool." I said, "Yeah."
You like to smoke crack, right,
Somebody
Sam?
got it.
That's
That's a
funny.
good movie, dude.
It is a great
That's
movie.
such a
dude.
good movie. I don't care what anybody says. A lot of people say that movie's not good anymore because they're like
Who?
looking at it. People, dude. People.
Yeah.
The people on the internet.
Yeah, they're out there. We see you out there.
People.
So I just looked for the Weird Al thing.
Okay.
He declined 7 figures for
To go to
Saudi money.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, for the Raja Comedy Festival, and he declined it because he said he didn't like the people that were behind it. Mostly, like the officials that were part of like 9/11 and part of like the 2018 assassination of a journalist and all this stuff.
Shady
And they
shit.
were and then like another person like behind a sexual assault about a Turkish person. And so he was
Nice.
like I felt icky. And he
Yeah.
goes, I'm not dissing anybody else that took the money, because he said there's a bunch of people, celebrities
Oh,
that
yeah,
went over
man,
there.
the
What was the
Riyadh-
There was the the-
Riyadh Comedy Festival.
Yeah.
that was a big one.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
what I'm
huge.
saying. That's when he declined. Yeah,
Oh, that's the
yeah,
same one.
that's the exact
Okay.
same one. Yeah, and so he said he was offered 7 figures. That's ridiculous.
Would you take it?
No.
Okay.
No, not a million years. You know, and it sucks too because I like this has become interesting territory now. Like back in the day, one of the things that inspired the show was Joe Rogan, and I was like an avid listener back in the day, and like watching the evolution of him,
Yeah,
the whole comedy scene, and how it's like moved from L.A. out to
Austin.
Texas now, and like Tony Hinchcliffe and like with that whole thing. I was watching. Do you know Tony Hinchcliffe?
I do. Kill Tony.
Kill
Yeah.
Tony. I've been watching Kill Tony since it was a fucking tiny little show just streaming on YouTube, and there was like just a few little people. I've been a fan forever, but it's crazy to see what has happened. Like Tony has become real political now.
Oh yeah.
Would you agree with? Do you think so, or do you think he's just doing his comedian thing and leaning hard into fucking what ruffles people's feathers?
I think a little bit of both. Like I don't see him being hyper political. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
He's not like Bill Maher. Like Bill Maher's like
Very,
super political.
very political. Yeah.
I don't see Tony going in that direction. But I do see him doing the free speech thing. You know what I'm saying? Which is like I can say these
Oh,
things and
yeah,
I'm supposed to,
For
which
sure.
is a political position in itself, right?
Correct.
But I don't know, man. I mean, it's.
Are you a fan of that show? Do you watch that show or anything, or have you?
I'm not a fan, but I've seen it. The young brother Cam Patterson.
Yeah,
who's now on
I love that
SNL,
guy.
Like he
Yeah.
got his name.
A lot of
that
people
show.
have come out
A
of
lot
that.
of people have, but like I don't hate it. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? Like I think some people will say that like they hate it because they still forging their own like positions and how they feel about stuff. Like I think that Kill Tony is a like
It's not for the faint of heart.
it's not, but it's all, but comedy's not either. Though.
Correct.
Like, comedy is
Correct.
like, oh my
Yeah.
god, like if
Yeah.
you, man, shout to my man Dom because Dom was like, trying his hand at comedy.
I know. Is he still doing that?
No, I don't think so. I think
Okay.
he's writing. He's still
Yeah,
heavy
always.
in the writing bag, and he's like dipping back and forth in music still. But I remember going to support him one time at an open mic, and it was just rough, dude. Like it was just rough because
Stand-up
everybody's
comedy,
dude. Everybody's just trying their damnedest
To not laugh
I mean,
at
it's
these
either-
new people.
I mean, I don't even think it's that, bro. Like, because a lot of what the motherfuckers was saying was not funny.
It was just. It's just hard as fuck,
It's
dude.
just like
It's
they're
hard.
You're
They're
like Dom.
just-
You're like Dom. That's jokes with us.
Yeah,
You got to do jokes for everybody.
you know what I mean? They like, and it's like everybody's trying their damnedest to make tragedy comedy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and that's which is funny to think about that, right? Like, because I was talking about this divine comedy thing earlier, and really like comedy in itself, like at its Greco-Roman origins, comedy is just a story of tragedy turned triumph.
Yeah.
Tragedy is a story of, triumph turned tragedy. So rags to riches or riches to rags is really that.
Yeah.
And now look what it's evolved into. And now it's come to a point where now we all sit in this like goddamn rinky-dink bar, rinky-dink stage. Somebody get on there and they, you know what I'm saying, horrible things have happened. Goddamn dog and cat both died. And I got to make a joke out of it. And it's like, because, man, that shit it's brutal to watch. But it's incredible to see when it's done well, right?
Yeah.
Like when
Yeah.
it's done
Dude,
well.
you hit it right on the head. Why I have always loved Kill Tony,
Mhm.
because that's what, for people who don't watch Kill Tony and maybe just hear the crazy shit or don't know anything about it, it's basically just people. It's like an open mic essentially.
It is.
It
It's
is.
like with a fuck ton of eyes. They've done Netflix episodes and stuff now. It's
Mhm.
like so many people watching, and you're right. I mean, it is like the reason I love it is because I love the art form of stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
I fucking love it, and I couldn't. I mean, I'd have to. If you dedicate your whole life to it, you can do it. But I would never even try to dip my toes in the water. So shout out to Dom for Mitch, anybody who gets out there and tries to make people laugh. That shit is hard.
Yeah, man. It's funny, man, because like when I was chilling, like right before, I'd say, I wouldn't say right before, probably like a year or two before I started Beast of No Nation, where I just was inactive musically, but I had a yearning to be on the stage. Like I really wanted to be on the stage, and I really wanted to spread joy, and I really wanted to be back in that pocket. And I was thinking like it might be through comedy myself. Like
Yeah.
I'd been writing jokes and I'd been doing all this stuff. And I just remember speaking to a brother who was like an incredible comedian out here, a brother named Ryan Evans. And I roll up on cousin. I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking about, being a comedian myself. And he just like looked at me like, and was like, why?
Yeah. Well, because you're a musician.
Well, he didn't know that though. He didn't know
Oh.
any of that.
Oh, so he just looked at you and was like, "Why?"
He was just
Avery?"
like, why would you do this? Like, he looked at me like it was like very sincere concern.
"Bro,
Like,
you're not regular funny."
why?
I'm just
And it's funny because like I'm like answering the question. And I think I said some bullshit like, oh, because I want to make people laugh, and I think I got a joke, and I think whatever the fuck I said.
yeah.
Sure.
And it was just like, huh, and he just continues doing his thing. But like,
You got.
I got back to the crib, and I thought about that.
Never mind.
I thought
Never
about
mind.
that.
Mission accomplished from him.
'Cause,
He's
hey,
like,
hey, shout to Ryan, man, brother Ryan Evans, man, because he made me
he's
rethink.
like,
all
think
that
it
shit. And I was
through,
like,
bro.
"Man, let me get my guitar back.
You're
man.
right.
Let me
You're
get-
right.
let me
Give me
get
a
my
guitar back.
Yeah.
Let me goddamn figure it out. Because
Yeah.
it was real. It's like you are.
Yep.
It's torture. I'm dying up here.
Yeah, it's not easy, and I think the crowd really makes a difference. If you're at Kill Tony versus you're down at the fucking Mercury Cafe with 22 people
Yeah.
sitting there having dinner, it's a you know what I mean. It's a whole different experience, and I think trying to make it. And see, music I feel like is different. Like the worst thing that happened to me over the years when I was starting out was like just nobody would listen. You'd be in places where no one gave a fuck that there was some guy up there and I'm playing original tunes. No one's listening to anything. But that's a totally different experience than a comedian where everybody's watching.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is watching, and it's real hard to do. And when you first start out, the best of the best, they all sucked when they first started.
Yeah.
Because making somebody laugh is an art form. It's like target practice, like hitting that spot in somebody that just makes you go, wait, hold on, what did he just say?
Right.
Fucking. And then there's people that you feel like could do it, but you don't know. Like, I always thought Mark the Couch Guy. I don't know if he should be a stand-up comic, but I feel like he should have like a solo podcast. He just talks so much random shit, Mark.
Mm.
He's fucking crazy.
I mean, it's funny. People have said that of me a lot. People be like, yo, you could be a comedian.
I could definitely
But
see it.
I go back to Ryan Evans, though. Like, why? And, you know what I'm saying? And that's how impactful that one moment was. But also,
And this was a guy out there doing it.
yeah, but and then thinking about Kill Tony, right? Like, because the thing that I actually love about Kill Tony is that it is also there to serve the person that is trying to be a comedian, because they're going to give you pointers. They're going to tell you, where you fucked up, how you can get better, where you killed. You'll get the response. Now when you're killing, the response is palpable. It's like playing music. We're like, I know that my music is hitting. I know where it's hitting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that is the difference, though, too. It's like, when you are doing comedy and it's all eyes on you and everybody is quiet.
Yeah.
It's not like that when you're playing music at all.
Yeah.
Right.
People are got them side convo, go to the bar, go outside, smoke, do whatever. But like when you're doing comedy, you are there
Everyone's
to
staring
truly,
right
in
at you.
this holistic way, entertain everybody. And the hard part about that is it's really kind of like this conversation that an individual is happening. It's having this one conversation with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you have to say something that resonates.
Everyone's
with
following your thoughts.
everybody. Yeah. And they have to be able to relate to it or understand it. It can't be out. You know what I mean? Like, I remember like seeing Dom, like he had done like some jokes.
You're a
like,
real friend, by the way.
that's my nigga, man. Shout to Dom. Dom gonna listen to this later and be like, yeah, that's my nigga. But like, there were like some jokes he would tell that were like very specific to like North Aurora. You know what I'm saying? Like to where we like,
nobody's gonna get that, bro.
like just very specific to us. And it's like, I hear it and I'm laughing because I know what he's talking about. But like, then when I pull him off and like, later on, it's like, how could you be better? It's like, well, I think that right there is you telling a joke that's specific to North Aurora.
Yeah.
And you can't.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. Like that's our jokes. Like that's me and you jokes. Like
yeah. Like, but now how do you flip that? Because there is a possibility. There is a way to flip it and make it funny to everybody.
more generalized.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's
is a
probably
way.
something hidden
And
in that.
that's the art, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's the art
right.
of it, is cracking that shell
And what
figuring out a way to make everybody.
Yeah. Well, and like
Feel it.
how you were saying, like with with the stand up comedian, now they're just like up there and it's them and their element and like nothing else is supporting them. No music, no beats, anything like that. It's just their speech, their actions, and everything like that. Mitch Jones always talked about when he goes and does things, and it's different than a musician. He says even like you invite your friends, right? If you're a musician, you invite your friends, like, hey, come check out some music. He's like, people can listen to music over and over and over and over.
yeah.
He goes, you cash in your friends' cards real quick when you do comedy, because ain't nobody trying to hear the same joke over and over, over and over and over.
It's
and
so
over.
true.
You lose that, man.
And I think it's a really important place in our society, that position of the comedian. The person that is outside of that, like someone like Tony who's pushing it, and he's questionable to me sometimes, like the things, like why are you doing it a certain way? You're not acknowledging history. And I have my own little personal takes, but I appreciate him as an artist that's out there just going, fuck everybody, fuck every norm. I'm going to do what I'm here to do, because that's what comedy is for. It is to take that tragedy and turn it into something that makes you laugh, something that makes you feel good.
There's elements of it where, like, because I also understand where the disdain comes in. You know what I'm saying? When Tony Hinchcliffe made the joke about George Floyd, you know what I'm saying, at the Kevin Hart roast.
What was it? Yeah,
something
he's
to the
made more
effect
than
of-
one, I
Well,
think.
there specifically, and this is like, not just, I'd imagine like one of a bigger platform, right? Because it's the nature of it. It's the Kevin Hart roast. So like he had said something to the effect of like, Even George Floyd is looking up,
Yeah, looking up at
laughing,
all of us,
laughing.
laughing so hard that he can't breathe.
That's what, boom. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That, man, you know what I'm saying?
To me,
That's
there's like
fucking rough. That's, hey, and I'm laughing right now.
See
but
how
I'm
it makes you
laughing
laugh?
also
It's
because I'm
weird.
like, that's like,
there's something about the sheer pushing it that makes you laugh. Sometimes in situations like that, but to me, that's like a different thing. Is like sometimes those guys are so lost in the art of comedy, and like that they have to push those limits that you don't stop and have a heart and be a human and think about the historical and cultural context of what you're saying and going, yes, could you turn that into a joke and make everyone laugh? Sure. To you, that's like your big razzle dazzle trick, is that you can make that funny to somebody. But at the same time, do you have to? You can reach in your bag and grab so many other things. Like,
Very
why
true.
that,
Very true. And then, there's an element of that's still in the eye of the beholder. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, for the person that heard that joke and cracked up, says something about them. For the person that heard that joke and got so offended now that they're like, well, we have to figure out a way to get this person out of business. That says something about them as well. You know what I'm saying?
For me,
Now,
me personally, because I know the exact joke you're talking about now that you say it, it was just like it was a cringe moment. It was one of those like, I felt it in my gut, and then it was one of those moments where you go, this is what I don't like about this comedian. That they put the art so high up that they're willing to do this, and maybe it makes people like me, who are a huge fan, question, maybe you do got a little something racist going on, and I'm not the one to point a finger and judge that, but as somebody who's a fan of that person, it turns me off a little, those kind of things, because you're like, sure, some people did laugh, you did turn it into a joke, but man, you're so funny, you could have done anything.
But I mean,
That's crazy.
But it's also very subjective too, because like after that, Tony Hinchcliffe had his Netflix special, and that did not make a lot of noise. You know what I mean? And I feel like it didn't make a lot of noise because it just didn't resonate with people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Dave Chappelle, for whether you love him or you hate him, Dave Chappelle has built up a place where he's like, you know what I mean? Like,
I love
he resonates with people. You know what I mean?
does. He, to the point that so much of that stuff he's been doing in recent years is like just talking. And it's not even comedy exactly. You're just like, I just fucking love listening to this guy. Like the way his brain works, his takes on things. And there's no doubt he's a legend. He's the GOAT of funniness.
Yeah.
That show was one of the most incredible things that's ever happened on this planet.
Definitely. It's still, I mean, we still quote it.
Everyone,
We still quote it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, and
What's the blind black racist guy?
oh man,
What the fuck was
Clayton Bigsby.
Clayton
Yeah.
Bigsby, yeah.
I'll never forget that.
Oogie boogie.
Yeah, woogie boogie. I still, yeah,
Listen to your jungle music.
yeah. He still, I mean, just a legend,
And-
legend. But
And he went through it, right?
went through it, and I think a lot of people. It's funny because a lot of people forget that he went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's because of who he is now. But I think that it was also like, as difficult as that was, it was also super necessary for him to go through that, because that showed. I remember being a kid, like that taught me a lesson about
Stereotypes.
stereotypes. It taught me a lesson about what I'm willing to endure, and so much of what I was doing when I was like pursuing music and only music, when it was like I'm gonna be the biggest rapper or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so much of that was fueled by things that I'd heard by Dave Chappelle, and there are also moments too where like I lost what I'd heard from Dave Chappelle and lost what I saw, because like I think what I learned from Dave Chappelle in that moment is like, you actually don't have to stay in a compromising position. You don't have to stay, like you can compromise, because in a lot of cases like the compromise is kind of inevitable, but you do not have to stay there. And now if you choose to go there and you go away from there, then there's a consequence, right? The consequence is you lose everything, and people might look at you and call you crazy and whatever, but like you do not have to stay in that compromising position. You can always pivot.
Right.
And that was one of the beautiful things about
It's a great takeaway from that.
Dave Chappelle like turned it all around to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he pivoted hard and it worked. And now he's one of those comedians that like like highly philosophical,
Yep.
just a master at telling stories,
Yep.
a master at just holding a conversation, but also one of those provocateurs that is like, I'm going to make a joke about this because I can. And the art to it is that to me it's hilarious, but that was once again like a matter of opinion.
I have to be a holder. Yeah, with
Yeah,
comedy.
Some people,
always.
some people hate it. So, and the people that hate it, they'll let it be known. They'll say it out loud. And the crazy thing is like if your platform is big enough, he'll hear you say it and he'll say something about it too. Cause
Yeah.
there's another comedian, Gerard Carmichael. And when Gerard Carmichael was talking about Dave Chappelle in that moment, was just did this thing where he's like, I can't believe I see this guy punching down and da 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 da, and Dave Chappelle saw it, and I love pot shots. Dave Chappelle gave him a little shot. You know what I'm saying? Like on the stage, like we're calling this the Gerard Carmichael Center. And it's like,
yeah, of course.
It's like and then the joke is like, ain't nobody gonna name a center after you.
Yeah.
Which is. There's mastery to that, man.
Mastery.
That's great.
Yeah.
Rapping is actually like filled with elements of comedy. The punchline,
Oh yeah. I think so.
the punchline, like setting up for that punchline that
Mhm.
is typically like sometimes a bad joke. Sometimes it's
Mhm.
a really bad joke.
That's an interesting parallel. I think you're right.
Man, I'm telling you, I've heard some ones that are like incredible punchlines and metaphors, but I've heard some that are just really, really bad.
Weak sauce.
That are like, and the crazy thing about it is like in that moment you don't think they're bad because it's just you're just in that moment. You know
That's
what I'm
another
saying?
difference between music and comedy too, is that as a musician, you can practice alone and get better, right? And then you might have some nerves live or whatever, but you've pretty much been practicing, and the more you practice, it's going to show. You could practice your fucking comedy by yourself all you want, but you don't know if it's good until you get in front of an audience. You always have to have an audience, and so unlike it'd be like if we had to work out everything live. Like that's crazy that you always have to be out there doing that. It's a big difference. I feel like with comedy.
Music still has that too, though. I think because like, yes, you can practice alone and you can get better at your instrument and at your craft, but like
the performance itself,
the performance itself, and then what you're writing too. Like as an artist, what you were writing, like the song that you have just written, how you crafted that song, like. Is that good? Does that resonate? You only know if you show it to somebody else.
Yeah.
So like in that way, the art has to be shared with somebody.
You're right. That's
for
true.
it to be stamped or for it to be like, nah, that's not really good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wonder like.
And I bet you get better at writing alone as a comic after having success, right? You've been in front of a lot of crowds. Your odds of coming up with something that actually is going to work is probably higher over the years, I would think.
Maybe, but also maybe not because, then there's the out of touch thing too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that there are some comedians that, the movie Funny People, the Adam Sandler film, was really good because it showed how this guy that's like done all these, huge movies and family films and whatever, he's at the top, sick, but he has to call like some people to like write jokes for him. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing in rap too. People have to call on other people to write material for them when they reach a certain place because they're so out of touch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, like I think that's just kind of the nature of the business though.
That's
too.
interesting. That's probably in all art, right?
I think so, man. I mean, like it's like if you have somebody that has a song that's humble mumble, you know what I'm saying? Starts because of where they're at in life. Like if I'm here and, I'm just always here, this is
After
beautiful.
10 years of success, you're in a different spot.
You're in a different place, man.
Yeah.
Like if, and I could even see it for myself too, actually. Like I'm grateful
Oh,
for
yeah.
where I'm at right now, and I'm grateful to be doing the things that we're doing.
Yeah.
So I mean, shoot, like people have seen us and they know us, and they're like, and when they get an opportunity to see us again, if it aligns with their schedule or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, Beast of No Nations, I look forward to seeing this." But I'm also writing from a very real place. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave here and get in my Volkswagen Jetta out there.
Yeah,
and
it's
go
a good
back
car.
home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but if I was leaving here in my Maserati and I'm going to this big old house, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our conversation would be different because
Yeah.
my point of view is different, my vantage point
Sure.
and my experiences, and that kind of governs how I write anything. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, bro. That's kind of at the center of what this show has always been, is that we feel like the everyday experience of like every human has a unique experience.
Mhm.
There's no two the same way there's no two fingerprints,
Absolutely.
no exact,
Everybody has a cool story.
everybody has a really cool story. And when you stop and you make it into something in the form of a podcast or however, a song, whatever it is, it really, that's what people relate to. It's just something that's just real about being a person. So I can see that like with success in anything. But then there's people I think that make a direct effort to kind of counter that too. You know, like understanding I've been in this a long time. I've got to try but then you get to this point where you're like, well, you're kind of fabricating the whole thing at this point. I don't know. But dude, thank you for being here. Avery Jacob, where can people go? Beasts of No Nation, fucking, and I'll be honest with you. We've seen a lot of shows together.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of shows. And dude, we just saw Dirty Heads, right? Some of the greatest performers ever. I really think you are the greatest performer. You and your band, Beast of No Nation, your previous groups, there's something about your stage presence that everyone go check them out
yeah.
at fucking live show.
Yeah,
It's
always hype
unlike
people.
anything that you'll ever experience, whether it's a large show, a small show. It's fucking fire, dude. So it's an honor to know you as a friend too. Plus we're family, bro.
Of course,
We go way back. So appreciate you. But where can people go?
Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to music, man, we out there.
Beasts of No.
Avery J and the BA.
Yeah.
You can go back, go Stonewall Boulevard. Go back.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the old Dom.
Back.
That's what we saw.
Stonewall.
Yeah.
That's what we doing, man.
Fuck yes. Episode 287's in the bag, Pierce. Next week we have, is it Jordan or Tyler? I don't remember which one.
Tyler.
Tyler's next
Jordan's
week.
August.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
So
plan.
yeah, Jordan, Tyler coming up, Tyler Stanfield, another musician that we've had on numerous times, and then Jordan Huey is another singer-songwriter as well. But yeah, got some good things coming up, Dollar. And with that is a wrap. Cheers.
Cheers. Fuck yeah, brother.